Yesterday we'd focused a little bit on a new community that we found that had not been registered, had not received any food or water. And we asked them, what are your needs? They told us really a list. And one of the things that they wanted was prayer, because they realized that inside they still hurt. They haven't grieved like they needed to. So we came and as soon as we arrived, we found that there was a church service underway.
As we walked through the tent city, we heard music getting louder and louder and louder as we approached this tent kind of in the middle. And when we get there, there was people already gathered.
And things were rocking and rolling. It was a happy place.
I and Jeremy had the chance to go up and kind of be the pastors and explain what we were doing today. And then we had the American teams and our interpreters line up, and people streamed out and came to us and just basically asked us to pray for them. And for about an hour and a half, our entire team just prayed for hundreds and hundreds of people. It was just an amazing, amazing experience.
A lot of deep needs, predominantly sickness, a lot of malaria fevers, a lot of mothers in pregnancy not sure if they're going to be able to make it, a lot of different infections, and a lot of stomach and kidney pain. So it was pretty overwhelming praying for these people who had so much belief, so much hope.
I have a pretty mainline denominational background, and on the healing side of stuff, it's not something that we do a whole lot of. But we had lines of people and prayed for well over an hour for people for all kinds of different things, both emotional, spiritual, physical healing, and we were laying hands on and just going for it. And it was a pretty powerful experience for me.
What I was expecting would be physical needs, much like we have, back in the United States when you sit down to do a small group. You ask for people for prayer requests, and they think for a second or two, and then most of the requests end up being about physical needs. So-and-so's sick, my aunt was in a car accident, things like that, which are fine. And I was expecting some of that here from the Haitians just because their physical needs are so great. Food, water, clothing, basic shelters, those things. I was expecting for a lot of that. But what I got instead were the Haitian people coming to me and say, will you pray that I will become a great prayer warrior? Or will you pray for me that I will be able to understand God's word and get to know him better? Or will you pray for me that I could become a spiritual leader, or that God will transform my heart? Prayer requests like that. I'm not sure the last time I ever heard prayer requests like that before. I don't even know the last time I've even asked prayer requests like that for myself, for people. It was very convicting to know that these people, despite all their physical needs, are looking to Jesus and saying, we need prayer for our spiritual lives, for us to grow and get closer to Jesus even more than we need those physical needs.
People are responding. That's one of the things we're seeing is they're open and they want help. They're seeking partnership. They're seeking hope. And it was such a privilege to be a part of what God was doing in that community today.